LG Ultragear gaming monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series powered by AMD, and for our media partner we have AFK Gaming. I'm CA, your host and caster, and I'm joined by Praniti, caster and analyst for the last set of action in the round of 64. Today is the weekend, so we have a massive weekend bonanza coming for you. 6 games, and the first game set to kick off, including Rebellious Gaming on the map Bind. How are you feeling about that, Praniti? What do you think Rebellious Gaming is going to look like? We've seen them on Bind before.
Yeah, Rebellious Gaming, honestly, is so well coordinated. They've been playing together for 8 years, so they definitely have a chemistry along with the entire team. So we should see a strong, dominating performance. If not, if the other team can push them back, it would be really helpful for them.
Yeah, now the other team, a really funny name in my opinion, flying Chappal Squad. They're the team that actually picked the map in Bind. So really interesting to see if they're actually able to utilize their name and bring the Chappal to Rebellious Gaming, because otherwise Rebellious Gaming gonna turn it right around.
Yeah.
But like the names sort of remind me of this interesting narrative in the sense that you have the rebels, the teenagers, and then you have the Indian aunties with the Chappals. So it's a fight between the Indian teenagers and the Indian aunties. But right off the bat, we're into the game, we're into the action. You see for Rebellious Gaming, Staikovsky on his standard Cypher, a very standard composition overall. But Strokey on the Phoenix, I believe that's not something you've seen before. The Killjoy on the other side, without the Cypher, which composition do you favor better?
So the composition of Saint Rebellious, they've been playing that since the couple of tournaments I've seen so far since they've been picked up by Saint. They've been using the same lineup, which is Cypher, Raze, Brimstone Breach, and Phoenix. But yeah, it does work out for them, and Strokey can definitely use the Phoenix very well. The shots do come out, but Thunder does pick up the kill onto Strokey right there with a clean headshot with a classic. Official Buster with this Ghost souvenir skin because he's rich. Just holding down onto elbow, moving back. Rotations do come in from both sides as the Chappal squad do enter into sight, and bomb should go down right about now. Noob picks up Clone. Their aim seems to be pretty good. They're confident. Chappal squad is going in with the Chappal fapping them. Look at that. What do you think right now?
I mean, so we've seen this a lot from multiple teams where like the team which you would assume is a little bit weaker comes out much more stronger in the pistol round, so we'll see what happens. But Buster and Psychosy getting a kill each, fighting back for Rebellious. Chris Love with the amazing patience, just waiting in that cubby, getting kill onto Psychosky. It'll mean it's 3v1 for Chappal Squad. Chappal Squad coming out fighting, but I'll reserve my judgment till the buy round comes through. If they can pull out the same sort of performance in the buy round, then I'm gonna be hella hyped for what they can actually accomplish, because we know what to expect from Rebellious. We also seen this sort of downfall from other teams where they start slow, but once they settle into their groove, they just run away with it.
Yeah. And we have seen Saint Rebellious before on this map against I don't exactly recall, but we have seen them, and they were looking pretty dominant with Psychosy using his AWP on A Heaven and just easily getting the picks. This is usually new to see because Cypher usually plays A side, or I mean B side, but you know Saint Rebellious is using Cypher A side, which is something completely different.
Time Saint Rebellious played in the last round was against Dark Esports Club, a 13-5 scoreline. They started slowly, similar to here, but they were able to run away with it once they sort of just settled in and got like the understanding between them. But Noob with the paying grenade will get a kill to Saikovsky. Noob with the second, only holding the ghost, not choosing to buy as much, will be really, really key. The spike is planted as Strokey gets one, but Noob with his third will mean that it's 4v2 for Chapo Squad. Chapo Squad looking really good. Buster will pick up that Sheriff right there, try to push in, will get delayed by the breach, just not allowing any sort of retake coming in from Rebellious Gaming. Karn looking in the wrong direction means Vegeta will get the kill. Buster trying to get as much value as he can with the Sheriff. Gets one, gets two headshots. That was so close. Now Buster 1v2. I know he can, but instead choosing to save for this round right now, and I think that's the right call given the fact that he does not have enough time, neither does he have enough health.
You know, you don't really need health when you're official Buster with the one taps. Look at that shot through walls. It doesn't matter if you're 1 HP or 100, he can still get those one taps, but it is a right call to back off. Official Buster, when I've seen him play, his aim is very confident and he's set to be able to get that kill, and the way he places his crosshair is so well. It's just so good to see an insane player like that.
Definitely, like the confidence sort of oozing. Now you see full buys for the entire team. Just clone on the Bulldog. Still basically all his money spent will mean that Rebellious Gaming, they need this win. And this is where it's Judgment Day for Chapo Squad. Like as we talked about, if they're able to get the win in this buy round, especially on the attacking side with the Killjoy, it sets them up really well for this first half of the match. And then going into the defensive half, they should have a bit of an easier time. But Clone, the one member with the non-efficient gun, not necessarily, not the Phantom, not the Vandal, gets the first blood. Absolutely huge. Rebellious Gaming doing exactly what we expected them to do, which is come out really strong in the buy round. Can they hold on to this? 5v4 for Rebellious Gaming. You see Chapo Squad, they've got full control of A side, but the spike is not yet gone down. Thunder V on the Reyna will get the second kill, but Clone and Buster immediately answer back onto Noob and Arc. Easy. Now, Rebellious Gaming trying to answer back. Rebellious Gaming Buster with 2 more will mean Rebellious Gaming taking that buy round down. And so talk me through about why we sort of see this recurring pattern a lot of times where the team we consider to be slightly weaker comes out really strong in the first 2 rounds but is rarely ever able to clutch out the buy round.
Okay, so pistol rounds are usually where tougher opponents try to figure out if their opponents are worthy. Okay, let's say that. So being able to let them get kills or peek them, dry peek them, play all the off angles to see how they react is how you determine if they're a good team. Don't get me wrong, securing the first 2 rounds is a big help and a big lead. But being able to also figure out a Buster with 2K and Clone still gets a headshot there. These players play with their guns so well. They gather the information the first 2 rounds, and they determine exactly how to play against the enemy team, and they do it, which is what gives them a lead half of the time.
Yeah, the information, understanding whether the enemy team is aggressive, do they play slow, do they peek corners, do they just wait for you, camp corners, is really important information, and if a team like Rebellious Gaming who adapts so well can get that, would give them a huge advantage. Now you see Clone getting the kill on to Chris Love. Rebellious pulling out really strong after the first 2 buy downs. Oh my god, he threads the needle there with that headshot, like barely even seeing the head of the opposing player, able to get it. Easy for Clone, and Rebellious Gaming coming out strong is just as you said, right? It seems like they've sort of understood their opponent's playstyle from the first 2 rounds, and they've come out on top using that now 2-2 with an eco advantage going into the next round.
This is exactly what happened to me yesterday. They let us get the first 2 rounds, and they came back the second 2 round, and they didn't let us get any other rounds after that because they play so well coordinated. And even though they didn't play a Cypher when we played them, they still were able to hold sides pretty well, which is incredible. So Buster and Saikovsky speaking together slowly, and the kills. Clone right there, 1-2 with the easy headshots while being ADS. Vidget 69 is right there, just alone in Chapo Squad with the bomb, but he does plan to, I think, go back, spawn, but there is official Buster just picking up the kill. Pretty easy, pretty neat 15-second round there. Strokey just hanging out in B long. So what Cologne is doing, especially why he's able to get so many headshots like that, is he's scoping in, right? Scoping in is really helpful. So some players do not think that scoping in matters because they played CSGO and they think they're the leader of the board. But being able to scope in a 5v5 attack shooter is one of the most efficient way to play a game when you're peeking corners, peeking angles, or anything like that. So you should definitely use your ADS in certain situations. Smokes do come into lamps right there. Cologne is hiding, waiting for the smoke to clear out, waiting for the other team to make mistakes. That's exactly how you play. And sprays through the smoke and gets the kill on a Vidget. The last player from last round is the first one to go out. Bomb does go down, so they know exactly where Bomb is. Oh no. Cologne at 9 HP, but still gets a kill on the Thunder V. This is a mistake. You don't make that in a tournament like this. Tchaikovsky just missing a couple of shots onto the boombot there, but still figures out exactly where the other enemy is. He's gonna push in, try to get the plant off, but doesn't realize the players are right there. Gets one Tchaikovsky, official Buster right there to trade him out. Bomb does go down and does get the kill. Tchaikovsky with the insane headshot aim. Secures the round pretty easy. Another 15-second round for them. Coming out in top, like always.
Yeah, Rebellious Gaming just looking on point with regards to like their understanding of what the other team is gonna do. Right here, you see Thunder V, as you said, making a large, like a huge error in the sense like he doesn't check the cubby. But like I assume that's because like he just believed that if someone was there in the cubby, they would have been moved out by the seismic blast. But that's not something you can just assume in such a top level play. Clone definitely calculated, just stays on the edge of that seismic blast, lives with 9 HP, gets the headshot. Absolutely huge for Rebellious Gaming. Now with the 4-2 advantage, take a quick look at the scorecard. See, full buys for the side of Rebellious Gaming, but full eco, 4 sheriffs and a ghost for the side of Shuffle Squad. Now, about the point you made regarding as Thunder actually gets the kill onto Clone. I was gonna say about a point regarding the ADS, but it's Thunder who comes out on top despite it. Strokey though with the return kill, make sure it's 4v4. What I'm really curious about is Shuffle Squad keep going on to site A and not actually looking to be a bit more creative, even though they know that the Tchaikovsky on Cypher is usually on site A. Now, Rolling Thunder coming out from Buster to delay any sort of push. Will find Thunder right here, gets the headshot. Even though there was a ton of audio cue for Thunder, Thunder is not going to be the one getting the kill. Instead, Buster with 3. Buster is the Rolling Thunder, not his ability.
The aim. That seismic blast didn't even hit the Reyna, but he still went there being that confident and he got the headshot. The amount of muscle memory this guy has playing CSGO 1.6, CSGO, and then now he's coming on to Valorant. He still has the aim, which is what you need from a game like that. You know, he doesn't need to scope in because he's right so there. He knows that he's good, okay. He has the confidence he can go and get the kills. Official Buster is leading the board with 11 kills. Flashes do come in. Flashes himself, but Noob gets the kill. One headshot. Karn for the win does get the kill or trade onto. Mollies do come in to hide any rotations right there. An aggressive B, like you said before, why aren't they doing that? Thunder Weeds takes off their 2 heads. Shaves them off. Tchaikovsky is just rushing in without waiting for backup, but he doesn't need it, I guess. Oh no, he's still waiting for backup. Going in labs. Both of the teammates. Smokes do come in. Holding off. Clone with the ult gets a lot of damage right there. Tchaikovsky, a headshot when ult does go down. Brimstone ult just clearing out elbow. 3v2. Breach planting the bomb, but almost gets a kill. Clone. The game sense on this man is mad. Using his satchels to just, I don't know what he did there, but he... Clone with another Thunder V versus Clone. Can he clutch it? Paint grenade goes out to elbow, gets hit. 89 HP. Can he clutch this? Thunder V, as the bomb is being diffused, does not have a view. Sprays to come in, but no clutch. Insane clutch from Clone. This is not what you need. This is what you can't let them get around like that.
Exactly, right? Like, you cannot let Rebellious take a round like that because Chapo Squad, it's as I was hoping they would do. They did the right things. They go to B. They push B pretty hard. Thunder gets multiple kills in the starting to make it a 4v2 scenario. But then Clone and Saikovsky, they see head, they latch onto head, and they kill. Easy peasy. Like Saikovsky first getting the headshot to start it off, getting the neural theft, and giving away a ton of information to his teammate Clone. And resulting in just Rebellious taking this round as Clone does not fake the defuse, instead goes for it, knowing that he's behind the metal vantage point and it's very unlikely that Thunder will go for the aggressive play. As you said, Clone with amazing game sense. Be it a smoke, be it like actual like hiding point, it doesn't matter, he will kill you. Now with the help of the flash, he gets the first blood and with the headshot. Clone onto Thunder. Clone just absolutely popping off, something I love to see because we've seen every single member of this team popping off, so it's a sight to see when anybody pops off. Buster with 2 HP survives. Buster will he survive, looking for that one-tap headshot. As you mentioned before earlier, Buster doesn't need HP, he just needs to see the person. Instead, it's gonna be Clone with his 3rd kill of the round, getting his love for Noob. Answers back onto Clone, like denying him any sort of possible ace coming through. Karn with what I believe was his 1st kill will got on board. Noob gets a return kill onto Official Buster. But this will just mean another round for Rebellious Gaming because Noob has to face off a 1v3. He does have the showstopper, mind you, so he could definitely try to make some sort of play, but it will not be easy. Goes for it, takes out the showstopper, will not hit because there's nobody in heaven. 7-2 for Rebellious.
The way Official Buster baited this clip right here, the way he baited for Clone is so insane. He kept pre-firing the angle and waited for Clone to push it, and he did it. And it was so amazing to see how 3 people played that with such coordination. When he peeked it, he pulled the smoke, or the cyber cage, mind me. And they all sprayed, or Clone sprayed through it, and they all played it so well and so coordinated. It's the chemistry you get from being friends for 8 years, and which is what is giving them a lead. And they're definitely a strong competition for 80 teams out there. So I would watch out if they're TSF or anything. Karn, by the way, just for the win, just picks up an easy kill right there with the op. One more, no, he tries his best, but no. Noob with the Guardian, 3 shots to the body and gets the kill. As pushes do come out from B Heaven or Hookah, 2 people long, 2 Hookah, Strokey just holding down the side right there, and crossfires come in. Official Buster with 1 Chris Love trades him on, but Clone and Strokey, they both showed why they belong on the team. The Killjoy ult is just not very good placement right there. But they should place it before the pushes come in, which is what gonna give them an entry point, so they will rotate out of the side, which is not really what Chapel Squad thought of right there.
I feel like the Killjoy ultimate definitely could have been positioned near the teleporter or like a bit closer, a bit away from the teleporter before the entry point, so you ensure that you have that utility when you're pushing in. A bit weird play from Chapel Squad, but like very consistent play from Rebellious. Karn stepping up right here with some aggressive opping, does get caught out because of the seismic blast. Showstopper by Clone will get multiple people. How aggressive was that Showstopper? Oh my god, he's like stands in front of them. Literally, here comes the party and throws it at them. Clone getting 2, Saikovsky with 2 more, and Clone with his 3rd will be the flawless round for Rebellious Gaming. That was so quick. Clone just stomped on Chapel right there.
Yeah. Honestly, Chapel is just, you know, they need to figure out what they need to do better, and they need to figure out a push because they are going into defense, and they do need at least, you know, 1 more round. If not, like, you know, it's fine. They can still come back. They do have Killjoy to hold down a site pretty well. They do have 2 attackers, which is exactly what Saint Rebellious is doing. They need to be a little bit more aggressive instead of playing it way too slow, calling for rotation, just giving out their information close. Clone right there going into showers, but no one is showers. Noob does pick up Official Buster with a clean headshot. Noob trying to go for another one, but Karn, by the way, does get hit by the boombot right there. Paint grenades goes in at 20 HP. Karn, by the way, is just hiding in as a fault line does come into sight. Strokey with 2, 3, psych right there to back him up. 7 bullets left, reloads. Alt does come out, does not know that Killjoy is still on the side into Shiny. Slowly hiding. Clone just does pick up the kill onto Thunder B. Vigid just, I think he DC'd. I'm not really sure. I think he's so scared that he just quit the game. It doesn't matter the DCs do come in. I think there should be a pause round right here. We'll
Switching
take if there is a pause, we'll take the time to talk about what do you think they need to do on defensive side for them to be able to possibly make a comeback onto the team.
To do is a bit of a stretch, but if they were gonna do it, I think it has to start off with like either you have to pick a strategy right here. You either trust the Killjoy to hold a site on her own, or you stack multiple members onto the site you believe they're going to push in. Use the flashes with Breach and Reyna to like aggressively push into Rebellious's face. As you mentioned before, just basically don't give them the time to use their chemistry, use their communication, make it into a pure chaos gunfight. We'll take a quick look at the scorecard though, see how everyone is doing. Clone with 20 and Buster with 15 leading the charge. Noob and Thunder with 10 and 8, not like as close to their counterparts, but Clone and Buster we expect this, right? Buster, one of the leading players of Rebellious Gaming every single round, but Clone really stepping up in this map is a beautiful sight to see. Now you see Rebellious Gaming actually relatively spread out, like 4 members making the push to B as Clone tries to distract down A. Strokey will get the kill onto Noob right there. The cage thrown out to prevent any sort of rotation from elbow will mean that they can easily push into A. Vegito trying to get a kill for himself will not be able to do so. Inside, Arky's getting a kill onto Clone, but Clone gets the kill with what I believe was the blast pack, the satchel, onto Arky's. Clone, absolutely brilliant usage of his abilities. Strokey with the third. I mean, Rebellious Gaming, if they are able to take this round, which they are, will be going into the next round with 2 options for Shuffle Squad. Either go in with the eco disadvantage and likely give your opponent's match point, or force buy and like trigger the risk of if you lose the round, then when they do have match point, you certainly have an eco disadvantage.
Yeah. So they should definitely force buy, in my opinion, and try to get as much rounds as they can, because fighting against a team, Saint Rebellious, which has so much chemistry on their part, they need to be able to figure out how to counteract it and develop the chemistry and communication that they have onto your team, which Shuffle Squad definitely needs to figure out. And the aggressive push does come in. Clone gets one onto A long, smokes as the smokes go down from McCarn, by the way. Archie, my bad, sorry. Archie just gets the kill onto Clone with an easy little one-tap right there. Strokey with another one-tap, another one onto Chris Love. Enters site. Site is there's rotations too coming from back. 2v4. 2 people are low, so there is a possible clutch coming in from Shuffle Squad if they play it right. But no, they're trying to go still holding B site. This is what I mean when I say communication. There isn't proper communication with these 2 teams. When they saw all 4 players onto A side, but they don't say anything because the bomb is not planted. You can assume that the bomb is not planted, so they're not there. You still need to make your way there and try to figure out. But no, for Vegito just get the kill onto Strokey right there with the Spectre. Fault line comes in. They do get hit, both of them at the same time. I think Official Buster is holding down lamps. The smoke flash goes out. Vegito gets one. Tchaikovsky right back to answer back, but no, with a shotgun just gets the kill. Sees Tchaikovsky 1v2 or 1v1. Can he get this? 11-2. And a fake defuse comes in, but no, Tchaikovsky still gets the easy lock onto the head, causing Noob to lose the round. 12-2. And like I said before, the 2 rounds were just to figure out how good their team was, and they're possible. They knew they were gonna win the match the second they gave those 2 rounds to them.
Yeah, Rebellious Gaming just on point with their plays. I will say, Noob is definitely lying about his name, because he's definitely not a noob. He's playing pretty well, leading the fragging chart, the kill chart for his team, and actually utilizing his abilities pretty well as well. Just not able to stand up to the experience, as we keep mentioning, for Rebellious. You see Noob with 11, but like Buster and Clone just on top. And I feel like Strokey, we've seen a different beast come out from him on the attacking side, exactly what you would expect from a Cypher. Now Rebellious going hard and fast onto A, looking to end the match right here, right now. 4 versus 2. Oh my god. Oh! Noob with that no-scope kill onto Clone. Absolutely huge with the Marshall. That's not something I was expecting. Noob trying to go for another, but will not find it. Instead, Tchaikovsky with the Randall would get the kill. 3v1. for Rebellious Gaming, and it's gonna look like an easy finish up. But Vegito wants to fight back, looking to fight back, gets one, will not get the second just yet. Just 29 HP, 1v2, a man with a dream will not succeed, and it'll be 13-2 for Rebellious Gaming as they move on to the round of 32.
They did put up a good fight. Don't get me wrong. They did take out players pretty good, but the problem was they didn't have the coordination, the communication that Saint Rebellious had, which is what caused them around. We would like to go to the scorecard and see what's going on, but Clone definitely is leading the charts, and Official Buster right behind him. But Clone, you can see, is at 23 kills, the match MVP, and Official Buster just a few kills behind him. But in my opinion, the entire team played well coordinated. Even Karn for the win does have 7 assists from their smokes and mollies and all that kind of stuff. Everyone played well, and which is what got Rebellious the win.
Definitely, like, moving on to the round of 32, Rebellious looking like a team to beat, as we mentioned before, the experience showing. Really excited to see what they can bring forth. Now, this stage is not exactly new for this team, so something that they are used to. We'll take a moment to relive the entire match, see exactly what happened using the AMD Relive the Moment, and talk about where a Chapel squad could have been slightly better, where they could have improved, and the things they definitely need to do differently next time around.
Yep. As we start off the Relive the Moment, you can see that they did secure the first round as well as the second round because Saint Buster, they were just trying to play it, Saint Rebellious just tried to play it slow and try to figure out exactly what was going on with the other team, how aggressive they were, how defensive they were, and they figured out exactly what they needed to do in the 2 rounds, which is one being a eco and the second one being a semi-buy. But after that, they didn't let them get a single round, which is what you want to see from a team like Saint Rebellious. And Official Buster does pick up, pretty decent kills right here with the 1 taps. Karn for the win, just looking at the wrong directions. All of these are just tiny mistakes which cost them Saint Rebellious the round, but he did pick up the Sheriff on the second round and they did get the kills. It's just all about being able to hold the site and being able to hold the position, which Chapel Squad didn't really do. But once they figure that out, work on their chemistry and communication and everything, they will be a pretty decent team.
Yeah, for sure. Really interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see them go back because they did make it to the round of 64. So they have shown that they have the capability to compete in such a high pressure environment. They just have to go back, as you mentioned, clean up the small things and come back with a bang. Rebellious, though, let's talk about their composition because the Phoenix in general is something that I feel is a bit more signature to some teams, one of them being Rebellious. And the way they utilize the Phoenix, really interesting to me. Strokey was very reserved on the defensive side, playing it very slow and very smart. But as soon as we got to the attacking side, even though we only got to see 3 rounds, he looked like a different beast altogether, entering the site for his team and getting like key pushes in and allowing the rest of his team to flow in behind him, getting those headshots after headshots, just looking really good in general.
Yeah. So being able to, so you can use Phoenix 2 ways. You can use it as a defensive character where using his molly to hold off sights, using his flashes to, just delay everyone, or you can go completely nuts aggressive and just go in, get all the kills, get all the flashes, just being a complete maniac with the character, which Strokey utilized the defensive way, and it does work for them because they did secure a lot of rounds on defensive side. Clone, the way he played the mind games right there, just baited the other team out with the seismic blast, was pretty insane, and Noob did get the kill back. Noob was using his utilities very well. I think he led their team's board with around 13 kills, if I'm right. And the way he used his grenade to get so many kills is honestly pretty insane.
Yeah, definitely Noob, not a noob. Looking pretty good in this matchup against Rebellious Gaming. Really interesting to see that both of the Rays just sort of topping the charts in terms of kills for both their teams, especially considering that Rays is receiving or has received a tiny nerf in regards to her Blessback utility. I don't think it impacts her in the meta as such, but it's really cool to see that people are confident in their abilities to still confident in themselves to use the abilities to pull through with that Rays in general. I'm really excited to see this Rebellious gaming squad on a different map though. We've seen them only on Vine, so them going up against slightly better teams now in the round of 32 and moving forward will be a bigger test of their strength and their capabilities. Most importantly, their communication, which we got to see today. But that was it for game 1 of the day today. Remember, we have 5 more games to go, so stick around. Make sure you've liked, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get constant updates on the stream. We'll be setting up for game 2 and we'll be back real soon. In the meantime, if you'd like to get some shopping done, check out the links in the description below. Get something for yourself. But that was the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2 powered by AMD and AFK Gaming as the media partner. We'll be back real soon with game 2. Hang it out.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Take my hand, and we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best settings. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2 powered by AMD, and for our media partner we have AFK Gaming. This is Thierry, your host and caster for the day, joined by Praniti. And for Game 2, we're facing a bit of technical issues. So we will be right back with the game, with the action for you. So hang right on.
Yeah, I thought we
Welcome
went to-
back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2, powered by AMD, and for our media partner, we have AFK Gaming. We're right into the action between Exotic Nexus and True Sons in the round of 64. And instantly, Puniti, let's talk about these compositions. For True Sons, we have the high-power duelist for in Reyna and Phoenix. For Exotic Nexus, a much more controlled composition with just single duelists. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, so being able to put information, which both teams did do that, but they are rocking a breach, which is very important in my opinion, because you can easily enter a site, especially with 3 flashes. Now, all they need is, just to be able to easily enter site, while True Sons have 5 flashes, or sorry, 4 flashes, while Exotic Nexus has 3. So it could definitely be an advantage for True Sons. Like those, an insane kill from Kohli coming in on not Sheriff, Kohli with another one on Backsman. That's what I mean when I mean a breach is important. The way they coordinated with each other, the way he flashed and he peeked, Guts gets the kill on the dark, and the way he's using his flash, and that's why you need a breach on your team, which is probably a mistake that made True Sons lose that round.
Yeah, Exotic Nexus coming out, playing really well, showing really good synergy between themselves. As you mentioned right here, the flash goes out and then Kohli peeks, getting himself the kill. And the breach on the side of Exotic Nexus definitely looking really good, showing us why that pick is so good. I'm really curious being about True Sons, considering the fact that they are on attack. Phoenix, Reyna, both like these volatile duelists who can take over a game by themselves. They need to get going on attack, so we'll see what they're able to do. It's still just the first round. See Dominic using that camera, trying to peek down A short, get some information about any aggressive peekers. Will not get the same. You see the Brimstone actually waiting on A stars, not a position we get to see very often. Waiting and just camping on that. Potentially even looking for an aggressive push through the smoke. just delaying with that smoke and the molly any sort of push into A Shars, and that sort of control on A Shars A Bat area is not something we get to see often. Really interesting, especially considering True Sons are exactly there. So Exotic Nexus sort of predicting what True Sons gonna do and matching that really well played by them. True Sons though now looking for the rotation, walking towards B side, will find Collie just sitting around the corner right here. Collie did not choose to spend, so I'm assuming he's gonna go for the operator next round if they win. Misses 2 shots, but gets this third with a headshot, gets the next headshot too. Almost gets the 3rd kill, but instead will get taken down by Not Sheriff. Now Nepu with the Bulldog, with the teleport and rotation, will get 2 and will make it 2-0 for Exotic Nexus. It was the eco down for True Sons, so this is gonna be their true test.
Yeah. So this is a play that we can't see a lot, but it is very effective because if anyone pushes through the smoke, the Brimstone will have the advantage over the other team. Velocity did use this in certain times when they played against weaker teams. Amaterasu was hiding in showers while using that. We did see that a couple of times, which is very important, and Exotic Nexus using that is actually very effective as well.
Yeah, just using all of their abilities really, really well. I personally love it when a team does that. You see now, Legolas taking down Collie right there. As a hard push coming in through True Sons into A site, trying to take control of Elbow and then get the spike down. They have, it is 4v4 right now, and Tippy getting a kill. The spike is down. Yuck's missing a couple shots, but will get the kill onto Dark Knight, but immediately followed by Bamnez and Not Sure getting a kill each will mean 2v2, but Tenpi and NDX getting a kill each will mean 1v1 as Dominic answers back. Dominic versus the Breach on this side of Exotic Nexus. Can Dominic clutch through for his team in this buy round? Spots him out with the help of the Cypher camera, just trying to run away and not get into a gunfight, delay as much as possible, but ends up getting taken down by NDX. The initial decision, I'm a fan of. Like, you spot him with the camera and then you turn back. I'm not a fan of him going towards Char. I feel like he should have turned back, taken a right, gone towards the teleporters and waited right there since the dart was already on the breach. What do you feel about that?
So, whatever he had in mind, he thought it was going to work, but it didn't, but realized that if he did go from there, there was going to be a quick, he was definitely going to check that angle. If not, that is a good angle to hold in showers when it's a one tiny little corner, and because he has the Vandal, he can get a peek and get at one tap if he has the aim. But as you said, being able to go in showers in short is a very better option for him right there.
Now you see Collie with that op almost getting a kill, but not actually landing the shot. Really nice positioning from him, but will not end up getting the kill for themselves. Exotic Nexus with that round win will mean they have a huge eco advantage. Now Collie with that op, not actually being able to land a shot just yet, will land one right there, as Not Sheriff on the other side gets a kill onto 10p. Now again, a hard push by True Sons onto A side. They're really committing to this A push, acknowledging, I think, the fact that the Cypher on the side of Exotic Nexus is likely on B. For Collie, he gets another op shot through A Shars, barely gets to see his opponent even as Gox gets 2 and Collie with the 3rd. The Sova and the Jet together holding down that push from True Sons into A site. What do you feel about this? Do you think True Sons need to go to B site? But that brings about the question, do you really want to aggress against the Cypher? Or do they just need to clean up their A site play?
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make sure A works before they go to B. But if even though losing 4 rounds, they need to be able to get A side at least once. So they do feel the need for them to switch it up a bit, But them going to B is probably better option here, which is exactly what they're going to do. But there is a breach right there on long. They don't want to aggressive him because he does have the flash, and you can, as you saw before, he did use it very well. Right here, Temp slowly peeking an angle. I don't know why he's trying to break the door, but no. Dominic right there to secure the kill onto him. Coley with an op, just aggressives in, but no, still, while he was concussion, still gets a kill onto Coley right there. Not Sheriff does get the kill onto the Cypher on the other team. Sova and Breach left alone.
And DX gets a kill right there, but turns away at the wrong time will mean Dominic is able to get the return kill onto him. 3v1 for True Sons as they look to answer back. The B push working out, but I feel like it was more of a mid push into hookah with like getting control there, which ended up working out. So 3 for 1 for True Sons right there. Is not sure if finishes it up. And True Sons looking much better than they did in the first few rounds. But Exotic Nexus with their 4-round like initial win streak do have a bit of a cushion. So True Sons will have to back that up and sort of bring the game back to like look much better here. As soon as the replay is done, we'll have a quick look at the scorecard, see how the members on both sides of the teams are doing. Now here's what I'm talking about. Like, what would you do in NDX situation? He gets a headshot here, which is really good, but turns away not expecting the backup.
Yeah, so he didn't have the exact information that he needed with the Cypher being playing in I think mid, I'm not sure, so watching the flank and stuff like that. So yeah, you need the information for you to be able to get exactly where the lineups do come in for the cameras, but no, there is an aggressive push onto Hookah already too. One comes in, Phoenix right there, but it was his ult, so he does go back. The information have been gathered. A fake might come in. Rotations come in. Breach right there, using his flash, but still gets picked up by Dominic.
I know exactly where.
Nepu just holding down a corner that tries to go for a rotation right here, but he does get hit by the shock dart, but doesn't decide to spray him when he should. The ult from the opposite Sova does come in. Nepu does get a kill onto, or Legos gets a kill onto Temp, but Nepu trades him back. Gus trades Dominic right there. 2v3, another lead for True Sons. Can they do it? Sova at 1 HP and Nepu at max. 3v2. The bomb is still at, or the bomb is at A and planted. Nepu slowly making his way down to A heaven, just trying to figure out where they are. They have really good post position plans right here. Gets the information from Lamp that one is on site. Nepu does make a lot of noise there. One on shower as the trap wire goes down, but no, the peaks come in, but still Nepu gets a kill onto Legos. One on A short and one on Lamps. Can he get this? No, not Sheriff. Picks him up. 8 HP. One on Long and one on Lamps. Can he clutch this? Gux should potentially save right here. The mollies do come out for the after plan just to delay him and not being able to pick up the defuse, and that's exactly what happens. The round is secured for True Sons. Another round 4-2.
Yeah, True Sons playing that really well. As we noticed at the start of the round, that was their buy round, so they definitely needed to pull this through. Like, given the fact that now they do put a significant dent into the economy of Exotic Nexus, one more round would just seal the deal perfectly. But what I'm really curious about is the way this entire round went by. You see the B push come in from True Sons, but not committing to it, instead choosing to rotate after losing a couple members in trades all the way to A and getting the spike plant down there. So the adaptability shown by them, something I'm really a big fan of, and to do that. Now Collie and Gux leading the scoreboard for Exotic Nexus. They will have to pull themselves back right here. They have Collie with the Vandal, does not get the tap onto Sheriff. Instead, Sheriff with the faster reactions will get one kill, and another onto the top 2 fraggers of Exotic Nexus. Not Sheriff just popping off. Not Sheriff trying to help his team move into A. The spike has been planted, and they do have control for most of A, but not all of A, as NDX now moving into A site, looking to find a couple members. Will find Darknet. NDX with just a stinger finds a kill onto the opposing member. 3v2. True Sons just falling down despite taking control of the site. 10p, Nepu each getting kills. The molly coming out to prevent the spike fly, but I don't think it'll be enough because I think there'll still be enough time after it goes away. Talk me through what happened there, because True Sons, I think they did really well, especially Not Sheriff, to start the round off for his team, get those 2 kills, get the side control, get the spike planted, but then the post-plant positions not really coming through, playing a bit too aggressive perhaps?
Yeah, so the post-pan positions exactly what I want to talk about, where they don't have proper post-pan positions, peeking that. Dark Knight really made a mistake there. NDX just easily getting the kill with a stinger, which should not happen when he definitely, Nepu just, tapping away because they didn't watch the back of themselves, which is exactly what you need to do. One on front, one on back. When you're 2 people in one side, you watch 2 different angles, not the same one, which is what you need from a coordinating team. That's exactly what Nepu took advantage of, because they had a disadvantage there because they didn't really see what was going on. So Nepu just easily tapped them away and took the round for Exotic Nexus.
Yeah, definitely very well played by Exotic Nexus for the retake, but A bit too many mistakes for True Sons right there. They do need to clean that up. They have shown the potential to fight back, so I'm expecting a really close match right here. But Caldy says no, gets a kill. Bamix though gets a kill onto a pretty aggressive Nepu. Nepu spotting the push out with his spike cam. I don't think he needed to move that aggressively into hookah. Gets taken down for his play. Will mean it's 4v4 for both teams, as now you can see True Sons choosing to rotate all the way to A. NDX using the fault line gets a kill onto Dominic. 4v3 in the favor of Exotic Nexus, but True Sons first to the ball, first to the court here, as they will make their way onto A side. Now the Brimstone is waiting right there. The Recon Bolt will spot him out, but he will be able to delay any sort of push against them using the molly. Really smart plays. Tempe then peeks, gets one, gets two. Tempe playing that corner so brilliantly in a corner by himself, but able to hold his own. Will mean that it's 3v1, no 3v0, as NDX gets the final kill onto Legolas. And now that was a really messy round, because like this, when they spot Tempe right here, do you think the Phoenix should be aggressing, or do you think they should just sort of step back for a second and reevaluate the position?
See, they spotted two in that. I think they spotted one in that position. The second you spot one, you need to be able to fall back or get the kill or peek together. I don't know why they went one by one and gave the kills to Exotic Nexus right there, but when they got the pick on B long, they should have secured B long. But that's exactly what they're not doing. And when it especially B worked out for them, they're gonna go back to B. They did have an aggressive push. Exotic Nexus did have an aggressive push onto Hookah, but no, Dark Knight does use his flash, trying to go onto a Hookah right here. Dark Knight just breaking up all the traps, just trying to delay him as much as possible. Gives all the sound that he can to go to long. There's two people onto A. It was an amazing mind game right there. The plant does go down to A. There's two on flank. Can they get this? Brimstone. Oh, Brimstone does secure the kill onto the Brimstone. A spray comes in from Tempe. Another 2K from Tempe. Just an amazing ult right there. The predictions made. True Sons, just they made so many mistakes. They did the mind games. They did all they can, but no, Tempe gets Dark Knight and a 4K for him. They did everything they can. They made them, they made the mind games. They did everything they could, but they didn't secure the round because they don't have post-plan positions, which is what you need to do. What is that blind push from Brimstone? Not watching any angles or nothing like that.
Yeah, this ultimate specifically, I like it so much because you can see on the minimap his team, the Jet, the Cypher, all closing in from the other side, and he's able to hold this side, which means that when he's ulting the elbow like that, it's basically guaranteeing either that the other team runs into his team or him, or that they just die to the orbital strike like they did. So brilliant positioning by Exotic Nexus. True Sons, so I think they're falling apart a bit. The communication going away from them as Callie threads the needle through the leer and gets the kill onto Not Sheriff. Callie with the op. We've seen him holding this through the previous rounds too. Absolutely brilliant. Almost gets the kill there, but won't be, as Legolas gets an answer back onto 10p. 4v4, and at the start of every round, True Sons look like they understand what they need to do. They understand the plays they need to make. But the key issue for True Sons right here, I feel, is that Exotic Nexus, they're much more calm and collected in terms of approaching the round, and they're much more coordinated in how they do it. So we'll see if True Sons able to pull it back. It's 7-2, so they still have 3 more rounds to try to do the same. The Brimstone ultimate coming down. Bamix will find a kill. Darknet 2 onto Gux. Nepu answering back onto Dominic. Will mean it's 3v2 for True Sons. They can do this right here. Bamix gets another. Will mean 3v1. This could mean the comeback for True Sons. You can see from their buys, they have the Phantoms, they have the Vandals. They need this round desperately, but NDX, he's trying to have a say about it. He's trying to deny it, gets the headshot. 1v2 right now. NDX, lone man standing, has his abilities, throws out the fault line trying to catch someone now. Will get spotted out by the Recon Bolt. And right now, something we've talked about a lot for True Sons is their post-line positions. I really like these post-line positions because they're just hiding in the showers, waiting, knowing that it's up to NDX to come to them and either try to defuse a spike or fight them 2v1.
Yeah, they had the Brimstone Molly as well, which is what their plan was. That's why they didn't peek him at all, but waited until the Molly did come, thinking that, he got distracted by it, like a classical CSGO play where he threw the gun, peek him because they would think it's a flash and turn away. So the plays made by them are pretty, True Sons do have pretty good plays. They just need to be able to utilize the Brimstone lineups that they have for after plan positions, which is not exactly what they're doing because they're getting a little bit too cocky, I would say, in certain situations. But Kohli with the op onto B long, but no one is there. But it's an aggressive push onto A. The bomb is on A short while 30 people go into showers. So one Cypher right there lurking, watching the flank with possibly securing a kill, but Tempe just sprays through the smoke. One more, but they enter the side, but Reina just gets a kill onto Tempe. NDX does secure a kill onto Dominic right there. It's just an easy trade. Brimstone getting a kill onto Gus. Nepu just hiding in smoke again. It didn't work for him the first time. Why would he try it again? He tries it again, but it doesn't really work out because Not Sheriff just kills the kill on to Nepu right here, but Kohli just peeking the wrong angles at the wrong time. Lego and Brimstone just secures the kill pretty easy, pretty safe. Round 4.
Last round in the hash.
Definitely, and I think what we're seeing a bit of complacency from Exotic Nexus right here, especially Nepu, as you mentioned, going for the smoke play once again, despite it not working out in just the previous round. True Suns we can start to see a bit of momentum for them, a bit of sort of hype building up in their team. Now being able to take control. It's 7-4 going into the last round of the first half. 7-5 would be absolutely amazing considering they were just 7-2. A 3-game win streak going into the second half would be huge. Now, let's take a quick look at the scorecard, see how both teams are stacking up. You see full buys from both teams and double off from Exotic Nexus. Huntersuri comes out from Legolas, but does not tag anybody just yet. True Suns choosing to play a much more passive playstyle this time, as 2 members just lurking back and a couple members making their way onto hookah. Just looking for peaks and trade kills as much as possible before they look to commit. Will get spotted out by the recon drone on the side of Gux and instantly choosing to rotate, given the fact that they did get spotted out. I wonder if Exotic Nexus will be able to predict this. They do. I think they're doing just that, as you see NDX making his way back to A site, knowing that this is very likely from True Suns. NDX now throwing out his abilities, throwing out the Rolling Thunder and using it to peek. Gets multiple members as Tempe with the op gets a kill. Dominic barely surviving with 2 HP. Will trade back onto NDX. Huge plays by Dominic. Dominic going for the cage and the spike plant amongst the multiple smokes. I mean 4v4 for both teams. 3v3, never mind, as Nepu and Darknik get a kill each. Spike is planted and the health advantage is in the favor of Exotic Nexus. Dominic really low. Dominic almost getting one but won't get it. Instead it'll be Exotic Nexus and Nepu and Gus cleaning it right up. And Gus potentially trolling his own teammate with that Hunter Story, but will choose not to. And I mean 8-4 for Exotic Nexus, and I feel like they could have done much better, but 8-4 is still a really good scoreline.
Yep. Especially with a character like Jet and Phoenix on your team, you should have definitely been able to secure a little bit more rounds, if not 6-6, and like 6-6 is a pretty good round for an attacking for them. And they should have been able to secure more rounds, but their defense is clearly stronger. And the lineups for Sova didn't really detect anyone as from True Suns, so I didn't really see a lot of information going through, even though they relied on information on the team. Exotic Nexus did use Breach, one of the best characters right now since the buff for him with 3 flashes, very well. And as far as I could go to say, Exotic Nexus is a pretty good coordinated team comparing to True Suns, but we could possibly see a better better defense from True Suns last year. Not sure if with the frenzy just trying to peek mid. I think he hears Brimstone right there, just holding down an angle, just falling back the second he hears one come. Fault line does come out as slowly people enter. Gets the pick onto Nepu right there. 3 bullets left. Can he get a headshot? But no, both of them miss the shots. NDX does get a easy ass trade on Not Sheriff right there. 29 HP. NDX enters the side, both from long as well as a hookah. Bomb does go down in a favor of Exotic Nexus. True Suns 4v4. Bomb does go down and gets spotted by a recon dart. 3, all of them on CT side. This is a bad position for them. All of them entering from same angle. Gets 1, gets 2. Gus with an easy 2K, which is just a lock onto the head. An amazing Dark Knight just clearing out the angles. 3 holding long. An amazing post-blind position from the team. Temp gets 1 onto Dark Knight. Just this is the best they could be. Exotic Nexus is actually insane. They're just holding down their post-plan positions, and their aim is so incredible. I have no words.
Definitely, like Exotic Nexus, especially the Gus play, absolutely huge. We're definitely seeing that key difference between the both teams, even though it's just been one round in the attacking side for Exotic Nexus. Exotic Nexus looked much more clear in what every single person's role is once they have the spike planted, as compared to True Sons, who felt like they were adapting on the go. So Exotic Nexus with the advantage coming out. You see Not Sheriff and Bamix leading the charge, and 10p on Dust on the other side. Headshot for 10p for the first blood. This is the eco round for True Sons, so they'll be looking to get as many picks as they can. But given the round gap between Exotic Nexus and True Sons, they simply cannot afford to lose more than 2 rounds back to back here. So they have to start answering back. Not sure if with a kill onto Kali does just that. But Gus and Nepu on A short will be able to get multiple kills and move into the site. Not sure if the leading fragger for True Sons trying to answer back with the TP play coming out from Exotic Nexus will mean that they're all the way onto B into a completely empty, completely clear B. And Nepu here on the flank trying to pick out the rotations. Will pick out one, almost picks out the second. Dominic very, very low now. Will get the kill onto Nepu, but with just 22 HP, the spike planted, and the Breach and Brimstone with full control of Site B. It looks like a very difficult task for Dominic, especially considering that he does not have his camera, he does not have his trapwire, just one cage to boot. Not much utility for him to be able to use out sus where the enemy team is. Still going for the play. I feel like Dominic maybe could have chosen to save, does not choose to do that. He will be spraying as much, and DX just with that dance trying to save as much time as possible. Will get the kill onto Dominic's, but 3 deaths for Exotic Nexus, that's a decent round for True Sons, right?
Yeah, that was a pretty good round for True Sons. Just being able to say, they did get a couple of trades off, but they were doing pretty well, and they were well coordinated this time, and I could see that they were talking and they were communicating pretty well. Nepu, just easily tapping away their heads, but Dominic was able to do pretty well himself.
Definitely. Now, this is the buy round. As you can see for both teams, just one Spectre and one Ares on either sides, but Phantoms and Vandals throughout for the other members. And the Spy Cam will spot out the A sharp push, but you see, they have 3 members on A sharp near A side, and they have 2 members on hookah, trying to get control of both sides and then perhaps consider where they want to commit to. So both sides will look to play a bit slowly, use the flashes to get those aggressive peaks and perhaps the kill for themselves, and then commit to planting on that side. The spike though is on A right now, so if they do want to make a push onto A, that's where they could look to go. The Cypher Cage does get baited out. Will not mean anything. NDX just waiting outside the hookah window here. Does not turn on time, will mean Not Sheriff, one of the best members for the side of True Sons, getting the first blood onto Exotic Nexus. 5v4 in this clutch key buy round coming out for True Sons. True Sons need this win because Exotic Nexus might just run away with the game if not. True Sons trying to hold on. 4 members in A, as Not Sure if did rotate all the way out to A. Dominic and Legolas get to kill each, and Not Sure if with another. We mean it's 3v1, just Kali left and just 18 HP, has all his abilities, tries to dash, gets the kill onto Bamix, but Not Sure if there to back his teammate up will get a kill onto Kali, meaning True Sons able to take the buy round. Absolutely huge for them. Still 10-5 though. So how many rounds do you think they need to win back to back now to maintain the momentum towards a comeback?
So to maintain the comeback, they just need one more round. With one more round, they can get their confidence back. If they do get their one more round, that's gonna definitely put Exotic Nexus in a bad spot. And that kill from Coley was actually pretty incredible with the right click while he was flying up, and Not Sheriff just securing the kill with a spray on while he was flying. But NDX does use his fault line onto long, just trying to get set his teammate Cypher up here. But I don't think anyone is long, which Reyna is playing hookah, so the fault line does not go out. No sounds coming in from Exotic Nexus is slowly moving away. Phoenix does get the information on both of them as Reyna slowly comes back down from hookah. Dark Knight does get the kill right there onto NDX and gets another one to secure the round 4. True Sons easily pick him off with a little, with a player advantage. That's what I meant. I couldn't find the word there. But not Sheriff just being a little bit more aggressive because it is an eco round 4 exotic Nexus, I think. Gus just holding down long with Spike. If there is any mistakes made, this is gonna be True Sons round.
Yeah, a bit of mixed buy on the side of exotic Nexus actually, because you see a Kali on just the classic, but you see a couple of his team members on the Vandals. So perhaps a bit of mixed decision making as Dark Knight takes down the Spike carrier. True Sons looking much better on defense as compared to as they did on attack. Looking much more coordinated. Yeah, even when Dark Knight got those 2 kills onto exotic Nexus in the other side, they were able to hold on, not force the rotations. Now, we will see the buy round come out for exotic Nexus right here as just one member with the light shields. No, 2 members with the light shields in Nepu and Gux, and Kali with his trusted op. See if they can get something done. 10p Kali leading the charge for exotic Nexus, and Not Sheriff and Legolas leading the charge for True Sons. But Not Sheriff a class apart from his other teammates, and that's exactly what you expect him to be on the Reyna. 17 kills. Not Sheriff looking to carry his team through this second half. Can he do just that? The rest of his team also stepping up will mean huge. Now, you see exotic Nexus just switching up their strategy in general, choosing to play much more slowly, perhaps playing into the hands of True Sons right here, because True Sons comfortable with just holding their positions. You see now, Not Sure gets his gun gets spotted out, which means Nepu will take down the kill, throws out the neural theft, will spot out multiple people. Gux will get a kill with the Hunter's Fury. Exotic Nexus answering back. Running back is popped by Dark Knight, but does not get any damage out, but will get a decent bit of information. That information will not be as great though. The flash comes out and NDX gets 2 kills onto Dark Knight and Bamex. Flawless round for exotic Nexus in their buy round. What I wanted to ask you is, while it may have worked out in the previous rounds, what do you feel about True Sons having both of their duelists in side B?
Yeah, so which is pretty fine. If they want to commit to B, they could definitely use both of the duelists at B, but it would be better if they did support their support players while by entry fragging on A, just trying to clear out both of the sides, hold flanks, anything like that. Being able to support your support players with the duelist and give them an entry is exactly what you need to do as a duelist. But if you can't do that, it's pretty useless to play duelist in my opinion. But True Sons, they are trying their best, especially Not Sheriff is pretty good with this Reyna, but Dominic just gets an easy peek kill onto Temp right there on Showers. But what you're seeing from exotic Nexus is that they're just splitting up, trying to wait for picks, but they didn't. They messed the picks up a little bit. But yeah, Dark Knight is still holding down a B elbow as 2 people are in hookah with a bomb is on B. So rotations do come in from A as Jet and Sova both rotate. Sova from the exotic Nexus also rotates. This should be a B commit. If not, they're gonna fake it and go A, which wouldn't really be a proper play. But Dark Knight's trying to figure out if anyone's behind, but no one's behind. They just need to be able to enter the side. They enter the side, but Dark Knight just secures a kill onto NDX because they didn't have a flash, which is what they did the first time, pinging it out so his teammates does know where the other teammate, where the enemy players are. Dark Knight secures a kill onto Nepu.
30 seconds
Gus,
left.
Coley with 1 and 2 with his ultimate right there. Gux just secure the kill onto Not Sheriff. 2v1 for Nexus. Legos gets another kill right there. Oh, Legolas gets a kill right there. Coley with the op. Can he secure the round? An attacking side round with a spike in his hand.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds on the board. All he needs to do is stop the plant, and he does. Legolas securing the round for for True Sons, destroying exotic Nexus in that round.
Coley almost clutching the round for exotic Nexus right there using the ultimate. For Legolas, really smart. The entire round he just played it patiently, waiting in the hall, knowing that he doesn't have the timer. It's actually exotic Nexus which has to get the spike down and has the timer on their head. So smart plays by Legolas, but a sort of mistakes coming in from both teams, showing that the team's lacking that mental stamina that comes in when you're playing in such a high pressure environment and the game starts getting so close. Really interested to see in which team is able to recollect themselves. Perhaps a captain on either side able to just boost his team and put them through. TrueSun's looking for the comeback. Exotic Nexus just 2 wins away. Full buys for both teams, and with the bank looking sparse on either side, this round is extremely important. 11-7 for Exotic Nexus. They're doing exactly what you said they would do, with one key change. That flash that you mentioned was missing last time is the person holding the spike this time, and going with Breach to make sure that they have the flash to engage onto the site and commit. You see the smokes coming out as they look to commit to that B push. Just the Phoenix and the Reyna. Nepu jumping over, vaulting over that mid metal plant to get the kill onto the Phoenix will mean that it's 4v4 as Not Sheriff did answer back. Hanasuri will not tag anybody and the spike will go down.
Planted.
Exotic Nexus now have control of the site. We have talked about how smart they are with their post-plan position. Let's see if they can execute just that. Nepu with his third, Not Sheriff with his third, 2 versus 2. Nepu with his fourth, can he get the ace? Nepu looking for the ace right here. Nepu versus Not Sheriff in a 1v1. Just 3 bullets for Not Sheriff, but he gets the headshot, which will mean Not Sheriff now in a 1v1 position, looking for the ace, goes for the defuse, but it'll be the orbital strike coming out. He does have the tiny corner to back out to and wait. Does he have the time? Can he get the kill? Does not get the ace, and will instead be 10p clutching the round for his team. Exotic Nexus 12-7, looking to progress to the round of 32 with this match point.
Yeah, honestly, you should have expected that, especially that the Brimstone is gonna ult. So what you should have done is be on the lookout, fake the bomb, and be able to. Why I don't understand why Not Sheriff didn't utilize his ult or his flash that round, or being able to use his ult could have easily secured the round there. For him to be able to heal right back up. Just a couple of minor plays, which when a player is not used to Reyna, plays Reyna. That's basically what you get, especially if you're flash or if you're ultimated, you can easily heal up. Temp just spraying away, using his molly just to make a move on him, but no, they both trade each other right there with a molly as well as a headshot. Nepu gets a kill onto Dominic. This might be the match for Exotic Nexus. Can they clutch it out? No, Mamex does fire right back on NDX. Nepu just placing down for after plant. The spike has been planted, as I've mentioned before, but 3v3 as all does go down from Moonstone. 70 HP on Nepu. The ult's coming out. Can he do it? Nepu gets the kill through the fire wall by Phoenix, and that was an insane game. And honestly, kudos to TrueSuns for being able to at least take 7 rounds, and which is a lot when you're fighting Exotic Nexus, and they were a pretty legitimate team at the first series. So just fix your minor mistakes and be able to play post-plan positions, and you can easily take any match.
Yeah, just very small, like, foundational mistakes coming in from TrueSuns in regards to, like, the gameplay over multiple periods of the map in itself. Not sure if is gonna clutch out that MVP spot, even though he was on the losing side with 22 kills and an average combat score of 328. TrueSuns, definitely kudos to them, as you said. Playing it pretty well, but just not well enough. Exotic Nexus clutching it through. TrueSuns, having made it to round of 64, will get knocked out as Exotic Nexus progresses on to the round of 32. Now, that was the second match of the day, and we will take a second to relive exactly what happened in that match through the AMD Relive the Moment, and talk a bit more in detail about where they could have done better. Because you saw Not Sheriff on the Reyna, exactly where we expecting him to be, number 1 on the frag list.
Yeah. So the way that Exotic Nexus played, they utilized their flash pretty well, which gave, while I was talking about Breach, he did do exactly what I mentioned, which was really impactful. And TrueSuns not being able to secure as many rounds as they can in attacking side, especially with Arena and Phoenix, with easily being able to enter the side and get a kill. On Not Sheriff's part, I didn't really see that many times. Like, I don't exactly know the times he used his ult, but I didn't really get to see any times. But we definitely saw Coley being able to use his ult pretty well, being able to dash right side, right. everyone on Exotic Nexus team knew how to play their character, which is what gave them the win. Nepo with an insane aim on his part, temp. Everyone had a perfect playstyle from Exotic Nexus, which is what gave them the win. Not Sheriff being able to secure multiple kills on multiple rounds, just didn't have the team to back him up. That's the only problem.
Yeah, for sure. I think we got to see a lot of mechanical skill, moments of individual brilliance from True Sons in terms of their aiming power, in terms of a bit of like the game sense as to where the opponents are. But we did not get to see as much utilization of their abilities, even individually or in synchronization with the other teammates. And that's where Exotic Nexus carried their edge throughout. At this stage of the tournament, we are in the round of 64. That small edge ends up being the difference, as you could see today. So key takeaways for True Sons would be you just get more comfortable with the agents you're picking, get more comfortable with the agents your teammates are picking, so you can understand how to use your abilities in unison. For an example, it would be how Exotic Nexus were able to use that breach flash every single time for somebody else to peek and get the kill. So kudos to both teams for this entertaining game, and Exotic Nexus progressing on to the round of 32. Definitely a team I will be excited to see moving forward. But in this match now, it's going to come down to, in this stage, it's going to come down to which team is just able to understand the game better, play the game better with themselves. We saw this from multiple other teams like TSF, just that communication coming through clutch. But that was game 2 of the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series, powered by AMD, and for our media partner we had AFK Gaming. We'll be back real soon for game 3. If you want to do some shopping in the meantime, check out the links in the description below. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're always updated about the streams. We'll be back really soon for game 3 with just as another entertaining game to boot, so hang on.
Ultragear gaming monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 2, powered by AMD, and our media partner is AFK Gaming. My name is Apollonia, I'll be your host this time and caster, and joining me, you've seen him the last 2 games, it's CA, caster, and analyst. So how are you feeling? Excited for the 3rd game?
I'm definitely excited. We've had 2 great games so far on the day, and I'm now excited to see what the 3rd game is gonna bring us. It is a squad we know in God Particles coming in through the 3rd game, so let's see what they can pull out.
Yes, the last time we saw God Particles was on day 2, I believe, and it was the round of 256, a very dominant performance, and we do know that God Particles was the team that placed 4th in the Challenges Series 1, so they're a strong team. And as for Xena Trans Clan, we've never seen them before, but that's a very interesting team name. So
Yep.
I hope that they are as feisty as the team name can be.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a tough hill to climb against God Particles, considering that this is a team. We saw Amerisai Jin on day 2. They still have Ember CS if they want to play. You see Ember and Amaya playing right now, so this team correctly utilizing that substitute position available in our tournament. Really interesting to see.
Oh, wow. So, okay, the last time we saw them, there was no Amber, there was Amaya Saijin. Now, there's no Logista,
Yep.
and there is Amber. So that's pretty cool. God Particles, one of the top teams that has retained the completely same roster. They don't believe in roster changes, and they're very determined to make this 6-man roster work. So now kicking it off, they are in defense and Xena Trans Clan. It's time for them to make their debut on the attacking side, and the map is Bind. So this is the 3rd Bind map today.
Yeah, we're back to the bind meta that we saw a lot of in the start. But Ember opening it right off with a kill onto Ember with another. Who made Ember just annoyed that his team did not pick him when we first saw them, and now just trying to like make his mark. And God Particles coming out fighting against Xenotrans Clan, and that actually gives me a second because I wanted to talk about like the fact that Xenotrans Clan has a Sage, and while given the Sage nerfs, I do feel like that spot could have been filled out much better because they don't have a Sova, they don't have a Cypher, they don't really have an info agent in any way, so I'm a bit skeptical about that choice.
Oh, yeah. Xena Trans Clan, a little bit of a hard start here, but God Particles just as clean as ever. They're really dominant in the early rounds of the tournament, and it is the round of 64. Competition should get tougher. Xena Trans Clan, I think a better judgment would be after this duel round, but here it is, Wolves in an aim duel. He's just gonna back away, 24 HP, not much left. Amber ready to take up his position instead. So, you know, there's only 2 defenders here on the B side, and we see the rotation coming in from God Particles. They are quick, the communication is very much ready, and there is the flash, and Amber's gonna pick up a double kill there with the Bulldog, as well as pick up that orb. Early ultimate charge right in round 2, CA.
He has it running back, and Ember on fire, pulling it back. We get to see his signature Phoenix, which we didn't get to see in God Particles first play. Now Knight Rider, not falling too far behind, his teammate gets 2 for himself, will mean that it's a flawless round for God Particles. They're not gonna even be necessarily, they don't have to buy next round. You see the Bulldogs already come out for Ember for the side of Knight Rider. So next round will end up just being a free round for God Particles, and for Xenotrans Clan it'll be the buy round. So if God Particles are able to win next round as well, it puts them at a humongous eco advantage.
Oh, indeed. And Xenotrans Clan, the next round, they do get their full buy. So let's really see what they are about. On Bind, you know, it's always been a coin flip between two teams. Most teams, they're good in defense, but we've seen some teams really good in attack. And we can see Xenotrans Clan, they're coming through Hookah, and the two defenders. Oh no, Amber has taken the transporter, and it seems like all of them will be going for B, but Hawks will take a double kill on that AWP, and he's very much ready to defend. And now we can see everybody just backing up. Amber is back here as well. The running back has timed out, but Hawks with that double kill, that is massive for God Particles. And to be able to rely on a teammate like this is just so crucial as Knight Rider comes in and picks up a 3K. That's just a Hawks and Knight Rider round there. Very quick to close down. The moment Hawks got that first kill, and then that second, you could already see that Knight Rider was rotating. So, you know, there's just no thought. They're very quick with that backup.
Yeah, there's two things that I really like about the way God Particles played that round. Firstly, the running back from Ember. He uses it to suss out B-Long, and once he sees that there's nobody B-Long, takes the teleporter and gets information for his team down near A showers, thus covering two sites at once. Really smart play. And then, as you mentioned, that rotation, they leave Amayasai Jin to hold down A by themselves, and Shivy and Knight Rider on either sides of the map go for the rotation. A very coordinated play coming in for God Particles as it's now 3-0.
I'm guessing that Xenotrans Clan must be a team that, you know, relatively have trained quite a bit together. You can see that they are very united. They've got their in-game names coordinated. Xenotrans Clan. Right now, they have to try and make this work. Amber's just going to camp here in Hookah. He does get that audio cue. That's one that he's going to pick up. That's the double. And he's taken out by Pingu. But Shivy finds a double as well. Last man standing. And Knight Rider just cleans that up. 4-0. And Knight Rider was extremely aggressive with this op. He was so confident and came in with the backstab. Managed to pick up one. But, you know, when God Particles have members that can get double kills, just right off the bat, that's not usually a good sign. If one of your teammates are taken down, the next person in line should be able to return the kill, and you get a better chance that way.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Xenotrans Clan, they look more, as you said, while I believe they definitely have got the time to train together, they look like a team who's a bit slower to the existing meta in general and the existing foundational plays, whereas God Particle is really fast to adapt, and that adaptation is what's coming through clutch. We are in the round of 64, just you're facing slightly difficult teams. God Particles are more like rich version of that in the sense that they're one of the top 4 teams from the first series, so a slightly difficult matchup from Xenotrans Clan, so they have to, as we always say, think outside the box to pull something through.
Oh, Dazai, he does connect that shot onto Amber. And God Particles, one man down. Xenotrans Clan, a little bit more to get back. They seem to like the B side a lot. They're still going for this push. They're moving into Hookah. They have attempted a couple of times in Hookah and on B long. They haven't been very successful, so I'm wondering why they haven't opted to, you know, change sides. I think it would be a good time now. On the side of God Particles, they do have Killjoy and Omen. Really great controllers. They're going to leave the Killjoy on A side. She does have the capacity. She's basically like a different kind of Cypher, but Shivy spamming through the wall and connects the shot onto Dazai, picks him up. Last man standing is Spider on this breach. Drops a flash, but Hoax is quick to pick him off. And that's going to be 5 rounds in the lead for God Particles.
We like the single up. We see a lot of the double up. For God Particles, we're like, nah, we're having none of that. The triple up, they're able to hold down both the sides so well. And Regarding what you said about why they don't go A, I think that's where we're seeing the chink in the armor on Xenotrans clan. I don't think they have as much experience playing against the Killjoy, especially a team coordinated around the Killjoy. I think they've acknowledged that the Killjoy is holding down A, and they don't necessarily understand how to penetrate that Killjoy system. It's something that you need a lot of coordination within your team to do to avoid the alarm bot like popping off by shooting it, to avoid the swarm grenade coming through, and to get the turret down. So a bit of sort of just inexperience coming in through for Xenotrans clan, and God Particles showing exactly why they were the top 4 team in the Series 1.
Ooh, Shivy manages to get away the first shot, the first attempt that he took. Didn't quite connect, but Amaya Saijin first to go down this time in the round. Xenotrans clan could use this to their advantage. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Dazai finishes off Shivy, and God Particles find themselves with only 3 men left, but Amber still manages to pick up Pingu. And he's just gonna drop the hot hands, heal back. It's a 3v2 situation as Hoax makes it an advantage once more. And Dazai has popped the Empress, takes down Hoax, 2v2 situation. And the spike has just been planted. Xenotrans clan with their first successful plant. And let's see if they'll be able to hold this. God Particles pretty strong with the retake. And Mystic goes down. Last man standing is going to be that Reyna, Knight Rider. He's just gonna move here onto B side and tap that spike. Now they have the information, they know where Dazai is, and Knight Rider finishes him off. That's gonna be the 6th round for God Particles. Very well executed by God Particles on the retake. I think a lot of these gun battles is where Xenotrans clan loses out. So yep. The good thing is that, you know, after many tries onto the B side, and on their 6th attempt, they've managed to get at least the spike planted. So, hey, progress is progress, right?
Yeah, definitely. It also shows that they're not backing down. They're just like, hey, we understand this, and we're gonna keep trying this till we figure out a way for it to work for us. The only issue with that is that Valorant is the game that rewards the winner. So the more God Particles win, the more the game snowballs in their favor, and the more in control of the match they get. Doesn't matter if they like lost multiple operator players that round, they're just able to buy it right back because of the advantage. 2 kills for God Particles mean it's 5-3 in their favor in this round.
It's really cool to see how God Particles is so comfortable with this 6-man roster. So anytime there's a change up, it doesn't seem like they're having communication difficulties, well, at least here in the earlier tiers of the tournament. But this is going to be Shivy, very aggressive push from Showers. And we can see the Omen dodging the Hunter's Fury, but Shivy is going to pick Mystic up. And it seems like the spike has been dropped. They got that information, Xenotrans clan. Only 2 men left, and this is going to be a tough ask. But Kingslayer, he has an op as well. He's going to be challenging God Particles. Just waiting for the kill. It's a 2v5. You know, if they're not coming to God Particles, they'll come to them.
God Particles not taking any of that. They're like, what? No saves for you. We want to take the fight to you. It doesn't matter if you kill us. We'll try to kill you. Kickstarter gets 1. But Shivy answering back onto Zen Spider. Now we'll throw out the Paranoia. Kickstarter gets 1 through the Paranoia and dashes away. Kickstarter still holding on with his trusty op. Will get flashed once more and taken down by Ember. He is the Kingslayer, not the Godslayer, so God Particles still 7-0.
Amber is so comfortable on that Phoenix. We've seen some agent changes, but Amber, he's going to stick on that signature. And I do feel that he is that one duelist, aggressive guy, a great entry fragger for God Particles. So that's something good that they have going for them. They pretty much know the positions and how they are supposed to adapt within the team.
Yeah, for sure. Like, that was something I was definitely missing when we first saw God Particles. Like, just the raw firepower of Ember. Like, the way he carries himself. Now, Kingslayer, again with the op, will get a kill for himself onto Knight Rider, the opposing usual opper. And yeah, it's really cool to see Ember just picking it up right where he left off. And that sort of goes for the team as well. Because as you mentioned, their communications do not seem to be affected at all by who's playing. Hoax, the other operator, will pick up the kill in 4v4 now as Xenotrans get to make the push.
Ooh, Amber does take down the Zai, and Mystic does find Hoax, and Pingu's gonna pop that Resurrection. They are running that Sage. You know, I do see it as a questionable decision, but they, you know, they gotta make that work. Now the Resurrection is gonna come in really handy, but Shivy He's very quiet, and he's gonna go for the knife. He does connect there. He's taken down, but you know, for a moment, I was watching Shivy backstab, but that trigger control was so long, it confused me for a bit. So I was like, wait a second, and Shivy managed to sneak up and pull off that knife. So, you know, Xenotrans clan, I think they've got to watch their angles a little bit more, you know. It was a 2v3 situation.
Yeah, it's like Shivy in like a jail cell right now, pulls out his shiv, just stabs the other person in the back. And I got confused there too for a second. I was like, wait, is that their teammate? Is that Shivy itself? Because he's just so silent. Like, he's exactly what you would expect the Omen character to be. So well played by Shivy. Not an agent you get to see him a lot on. You usually get to see him on the Cypher. So it's nice to know that he has the versatility for him too. But now Xenotrans clan, once again on B, looking to fight back. It is 4v4. They're getting trades for themselves. Just lacking that firepower when they make the push itself onto the site.
And it looks like it's going to be a B-side push again. A-side isn't going to get any kind of love at all. I think they kind of fear what Killjoy can do. God Particles, they are also not changing the strategy of putting all of Killjoy's abilities here onto B-side. But that's going to be the paranoia coming in, and those are kills all in unison from God Particles, and Hoax takes the last one on Pingu. 9 rounds for God Particles. They are stomping here. At this point, I just want Xenotrans clan to get at least 1 round, because it's going to be a great learning opportunity for them as a team, so that they can come back much stronger and tougher and more well prepared as well.
For sure, like, I think Xenotrans clan, they definitely need to just step back right now and try to like understand what they're trying to do, because the Sage, while it's a questionable choice, it still offers that healing that you expect from it. It still offers that slow power, so they're just not utilizing that utility at all, instead just trying to like swing it out and see what works. You see Knight Rider, Ember, Hoax, 12, 12, 10, all leading the charge. It's really nice to see Hoax pick up the operator, not something we get to see much very often. And we see his skill as well on display, so just really nice overall by them. Now Knight Rider with that off, just holding down Hookah. Really simple for him. We'll take down another right there and dash right away. 5v3 for God Particles.
Knight Rider is styling. He's hungry for kills, but I think Spider was trying to charge up a fault line there. Unfortunately, got caught out by Amber. Now it's a 5v2 Xenotrans clan. They are still going for the B side, but Slayer, he connects that shot. That was a good shot, I must say. Definitely have the potential, but Knight Rider, that's going to be a 3k onto Pingu. And he's going to swap the gun, go for an aggressive push, but Kingslayer takes him out. But Shivy's there to back him up. First to double digits, God Particles, then 10 rounds strong. This is a tough ask of Xenotrans clan. First of all, they're not changing up their strategy. You know, they took all their chances in attack to go for B side. They never attempted A side to see what they could do. At this point, God Particles, they're just stacking their numbers on B. So it's gonna be a hard one to infiltrate for sure.
Yeah, Xenotrans clan basically playing into what God Particles want from them. They, like, the best part about the Killjoy, and Amaya Saijin has got to be disappointed about this, but the best part about Killjoy is just the denial of one side. That's what God Particles want to achieve. Xenotrans clans are like, okay, we'll give that to you. And now you see Ember playing so aggressive, knowing that the people are likely down. B side just gets one for himself, almost getting the other. Will not get it, instead Pingu getting the return. And Xenotrans clan, they start off decently every single round, but they're not able to hold on to that.
Indeed, I do feel that they take their time where they can, and they're not very quick to rush. Seems like they're weighing out their options, but Shivy looks like he might pop that ultimate, so where is he gonna go? And there is the Shadow Step. He is right in the attacker side spawn. Gonna look for his next prey. Meanwhile, Knight Rider here on B side, but Kingslayer is gonna be much quicker. It seems like Knight Rider has a contender with that operator. That was a good shot from Kingslayer. Let's see if he'll be able to buy any time for his team or opportunities. He is down to 14 HP. They
Revealing
have the
area.
Sage. Hopefully the heal does come up. They
30
can utilize
seconds
that, but
left.
Hopes.
Oh my god.
What? Hopes? That's going to be a double. Both headshots blindly through the smoke. That was
One player
nuts.
remaining.
That was an absolutely brilliant recon vault. The way he predicted that push and then was able to get
Last
the headshots
round
through
in
the
the
smoke,
half.
like, wow.
Nuts. Yeah, that was insane. Hopes, he's definitely proven to be a lot stronger this time around. Last time, for God Particles, you know, he would get frags here and there, but it was mostly Amber and Knight Rider that took a lot of the spotlight. But Hopes today on the operator, he's had some pretty good moments, especially when he was the only man defending while Amber was out looking for kills, and he got a double from the hooker invade. So Hopes is definitely on his game.
He, right now, you see Amaris Legend like, I will participate, goes through the teleporter, puts out his ultimate, but it's actually Zerathran's clan finally looking to go through A. Does get one detain for himself as Zerathran's clan returned that kill from Shivi onto Desai. Amaris Legend finally gets a kill for himself, but it's not actually him, it's his turret. So I'm not sure how happy he'll be with that, but 3v3 right now. Zerathran's clan looking much better, I would say, in their A push. I'm glad that at least in the final round of the first half, they decided to switch it up.
Indeed, it seems like they do have a chance here, but now is the perfect time to go over to B. Our bind is all about rotation, and Hopes is going to take down Dazai and immediately puts Zenithrans in a disadvantage. Pingu falls to Knight Rider. Last man standing is Spider with the Ares. And this heavy weapon, not really common. We usually see them in the earlier rounds of the tournament, as well as the
30
bind map.
seconds left.
So, you know, both these things, they go hand in hand. Spider, he gets taken out by Hopes, and that's going to be match point for God Particles.
Match
Particles
point.
just stomping on this game right now, and it's more to do with their experience and their capabilities than I think what Xenotherm's clan has to offer. Because I do genuinely believe that we've not got to see what Xenotherm's clan are capable of. We see moments of brilliance from Kingslayer, like those really nice shots coming out, but we don't actually get to see any sort of strategy come out from Xenotherm's clan. I think that's because they got a bit overwhelmed by how good God Particles are right here. So definitely that's something they can work on for future instances.
Indeed, and Shivi, the captain, doing not too bad. He may be at the 4th fragger, but everyone on God Particles, they've got a fair share of kills. If not, they might be fighting to actually get those kills. But this might be the last round for Xenotran's clan. It is the side swap. Now Mystic, he's just gonna back away. That's a very angry Knight Rider. Such an aggressive dash. And all of God Particles, they make their way onto A side. Finally, some play on the different side of a map.
Spike planted.
God Particles, it's showing them how it's done, taking control of A-Side. Amaris Jin, he's like, this is why I was on A-Side holding it down, getting a kill for himself. Paranoia, used along with his ability. Should be going for the knife once again, will not find it. Instead, Dazai gets the kill for him. Shivi trying to flex onto Dazai a little too much there. Gets taken down, but that's okay. God Particles 4v3 still in control of the site. So difficult to retake against the Killjoy will mean that God Particles should be able to make this an easy 13-0.
And the last member, Dazai,
Attackers
falls.
win.
That is God Particles 13-0. They make their way over to the round of 32 with a very dominant performance. They are consistent. They know what they want, and they are flexing their 6-man roster like, hey, no matter which 5 of us is up, we're still going to show you a lot of teamwork and a lot of power.
I think it's especially strong in a tournament like this because when you keep progressing through the stages, the teams do start reviewing your WODs. They start trying to analyze what you're doing. And God Particles have the advantage that they have something they can switch up. Knight Rider, as we expect him, 351 average combat score. Ember not too far behind, just the 1 point. But will still mean that Knight Rider picked up the MVP. A little unfortunate for Ember right there, but GG well played too. God Particles.
Indeed, and God Particles, that was a good performance. And I would say that during the this Challenger Series too, there are a lot more teams that are very strong and they will be fighting for the top 8 spot. So for God Particles, they've got to keep that up. They were 4th place the last time, and they have to definitely bring in more plans to remain in that position or higher. So now let's take a look at AMD's Relive the Moment and talk a little bit more about both the teams that just had a match on Bind. Now this is Zenith Rand's clan versus God Particles. Skill mismatch clearly, CA.
Yeah, definitely. Skill and I think a bit of sort of knowledge and experience mismatch too, because you saw how afraid Xenotran's clan was of that Killjoy and how willing and trusting God Particles were on the Amaya Saiyajin Killjoy. He's not a player we got to see very often on the Series 1, and when we did see him, he was relegated to the stage. Now on an agent with much more agency, he's able to express himself, and I'm really liking the player we are seeing from Amaya Saiyajin. Despite all the rotations, it's Amaya Saiyajin who stayed constant throughout their series so far, so that's really interesting for me because that sort of keeps the core combo that we did see in Series 1, the combo that made it to the 4th spot, hidden till they need to unveil it and bring it out in, say, a best of 3 against another team.
Oh yes, for any of you new viewers, God Particles had a 5-man roster that he used more frequently, and Amaya Saijin was mostly a sub. He only appeared for a couple of games. So the fact that Amaya Saijin, I think he's pretty much made it to main roster. We have no idea what God Particles is thinking because they always switch up the roster. I think depending on the map, that might be their strategy. It could be, it might not be, because they also had a different lineup on Bind. They might be testing the waters. Whatever God Particles is doing right now in this experimental phase, in the earlier rounds of the tournament, you know, you have more leeway to do this kind of thing. But when the competition gets narrower, we're down to lesser teams, fewer teams, and competition is tough, you've got to tighten up what you want and your team's strategy and plans. So when it comes down to that, I'm looking forward to what God Particles will ultimately pull out.
Yeah, because when it comes down to a best of 3, like the ability to switch between a substitute that is like as much part of the main roster as the original player in itself is not just an advantage in terms of strategy, but it's also an advantage in terms of morale. Say you lose your own home map expecting something to not happen that does actually happen. You end up in an area where like you want to reset your team, you bring in that other player, and then your team suddenly is reset, your morale is back at a high and you can pull it back. So definitely really interesting coming in from God Particles, and not something we're getting to see from the other teams, so we'll see how it pans out. Maybe the other teams will also start picking this up and running 6-7 man rosters.
Indeed. You know, that was the third map of that was the third Bind map that we saw today. And I find that map pretty difficult to play, especially the angles, you know, pushing through Hookah onto B side. You know, you're kind of on an elevated platform. You got to make sure that your crosshair is right to get the kills that's on a lower platform. It's just a whole lot of things to think about. But moving on, God Particles, congratulations to the round of 32. You guys make it through, and we are very excited to see you guys once more. GG, well played to Zenith Rand's clan. Coming up next, we have Team Tamilas versus Toxic 5. So that is what we have in store. Remember, guys, do like and subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. If you'd like to treat yourself or upgrade your setup, do check out the links in the description as well as follow our socials. So until the 4th game between Team Tamilas versus Toxic 5, sit back, relax. We'll be back very shortly.
I'm